Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Craft and Chat. Let's make sure we're going and our volume is down so I don't make any of those little faux pas that I usually make. Yep, it looks like we're going. Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Can you give me a thumbs up? Is everything good? Oh, there we go. Okay, it's going now. We're here. We're here. Oh, I just got a notification. Craft and Chat is live. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this morning? I hope we're all doing good. So let's say hello to everybody. Whoop, whoop, getting ready for some yakety yak. Yep, y'all talk back. That is Jesse with Lazy Days Ahead. Hey, Bubba, good morning to you. I got my happy face on today, and you know why. All right, there is Tamara. Good morning, Tamara. Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank. And now this is doing that handle thing on mine too. I wish it wouldn't do that. Jesse, is there a setting that we can change that? Or is that just YouTube just going all YouTube and controlling your life? There is Joe Fix It for you. Good morning, my dear. How are you? Good morning, Nanny Tam. She's saying hello to everybody. She said she's still not feeling well, but she will be watching on TV. Okay, good morning. Snuggle up, get some tea. I have some tea this morning, so get some tea and hopefully you'll start feeling better. Wendy is saying good morning to everybody. Wow, where the heck was Joey? There is still no hope for me yet. He's in there. He's in there. Who's your sissy? Ginger is. Yes. Was your sissy. I think was yo sissy. Huh? What the heck, Jesse? Shush, ducklings. Yes, they're still inside. It's still a little cold. It's a little cold outside. Good morning, Troy. How are you doing? Wendy says, or Joey says, Wendy, she paid good money to let her be first. Wendy, she paid good money to let her be first. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm just excited this morning. There is Penny Ortiz. Good morning, Penny. Hopefully you're doing good. There is Scotty. Good morning, Scotty. I hope you and Karen are doing good and getting all settled in. Let this song get your day started. Okay, I'll have to listen to that. Tamara is saying hello to everybody. There is Butler Family Farm. Good morning, Jerry and Susan. How are those socks going? How are those socks, Susan? I tried to knit 2 socks at a time one time on the I can't remember what it's called now. It's a big long needle. It's a circular needle, but they call it something else. I used the word the other night in their live, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called right now. But yeah, it was hard. I kind of gave up. I lost interest. You're late, Ginger. I am never late. Okay. It starts when I get here. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes, Jesse. Let's see. Somebody is texting me. Oh, somebody was texting me. Sorry. There is Christy Betts. She is in with us this morning. Good morning, Christy. There's Ms. Andale. Good morning, Andale. Hopefully you're doing good this morning. I'm still going to do some research of how to take that dried lavender that I got and some honey and infuse it and make my own lavender honey. For tea, oh my gosh, I have just fallen in love with lavender honey. Oh my goodness, guys, it is so good. You would absolutely love it. So Rebecca, good morning, Rebecca. I am so sorry. I have been a little absent in some things lately, and I did not know that you were feeling poorly. And now hopefully you are doing better. Um, I'm working on untangling some yarn and resting. Oh my gosh. I know the untangling from yarn. That is untangling yarn dilemma. That is never fun. But you have to be patient. If it's real thin yarn, then I feel really bad because Rainy, when she was still alive, when we first got her, she was like 6 months old, and I had a knitting room. I had a chair, a TV, a little like end table, and I had Joey had built me this wall of just like boxes, wooden boxes, and he built it into the wall. And I had all of my yarn in there, color coded. It was so fantastic. This was in the Gainesville house. It was absolutely a knitter's dream come true. Um, and this wall went, I mean, the boxes went from the floor almost like 3/4 of the way up the wall. I have tons of yarn, guys. I have tons of yarn. I am a yarn hog. And Rainy got in there, and she when I went in there, oh my gosh, she knew she was in trouble, and she just had yarn everywhere tangled around her. There was saliva on some of the yarn, and I was like, okay, that's got to go. But then I was sitting there for like 2 hours trying to clean up and untangle all these yarn balls that had gotten tangled together while she was in there having a heyday. So anyways, but I miss my Rainy. I missed her so bad. Um, there is the Bud Files. Good morning to you. Hopefully you're doing good this morning. There is Susan. Susan came in on her channel, so they must be riding in the car together. Next week we get the rest of our furniture. Oh, nice, Scotty. That is awesome. Good morning, everyone. My hands are full, but I see you. That's what Miss Andale says with big hearts, everybody. Whistle Stop Home said, look, Ed, that's 3 weeks in a row. He's like, I set my mental alarm 3 weeks in a row now. I've made it here. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, I see. I have to pay Ginger to be first. I will bribe her with green cottonseed. There you go. That's a bribe I can get behind. Susan said the socks are going great. Oh my gosh. I'll have to magic loop. That's what it is. Magic loop, where the needle, you buy a special needle for that. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. That's so awesome. There's Karen Brest. She said good morning. She's saying good morning to everybody. I'm so excited for you guys. Oh, that's the ducks. I was like, wow, is it raining? Good morning to everyone again. Cats and dogs wanting in my lap, making it hard to type. Yes, they do, don't they? They do. They do. There is Shade Tree Cook. That is James Hall. Good morning to you. Hope you are doing well this morning. Miss Arlene is in here. Hello, Miss Arlene. Did I say hello to Karen Brest? I think I did, but if I didn't, I'm saying hello to you again. Ginger, I learned to hit the notification bell so that as soon as you go live, I know about it. Well, thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Susan said we are on our way to Devil Dog's neighborhood in Texas. Oh, nice. Yeah, safe travels to you guys. That's a long haul, or a bit of a haul. Yeah, guys, it's been an awesome last 24 hours for this gal. I have had a great day. I'm going to try to share something with you guys. Well, yesterday was a great day. Tamara says sun is shining for the first time all week. Yeah, I haven't seen sun in like 3 days. Okay, I lied. I saw it for a peep yesterday, very end of the day. I got to see it just for a minute. It wasn't, maybe 5 minutes. Okay, I lie again. Maybe 5 minutes. I don't make a habit of lying. Okay, I'm just saying. I misspoke. How's that? I misspoke. But yes, yesterday was a glorious day. Okay, because if you live the way that we live, you live off grid, you try to live off the land, you do hunt and you fish and you do all the things and you try to raise all of your food in the garden, or you have, livestock that you harvest for food and things like that. You know how important it is. And when your freezer starts getting low, you start kind of going into a little bit of a panic mode. So oh wait, Christy said still cloudy here and the wind chill is 39. You know what? The wind yesterday was flipping the trees. I saw Wendy put a short out about turkeys, her feeling bad for the turkeys out there in the wind. They were horrible here. And then I saw the wind was horrible. And then I saw a turkey out there. So I almost did another video to piggyback kind of off of hers. Like, you had wind and turkey. You felt bad for your turkeys. And I have wind and I feel bad for my turkeys too. I am frozen. Okay. I'm back now. Hopefully you guys got to hear all of that. Rebecca sent me a picture. Let me see if I can get it. She sent me a picture of her untangling yarn. Well, darn it. Let's see if I can get it up here. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to share this with you guys. Do it lickety split. Oh, please. Let's see. Is it that one? Yes. This is what Rebecca is having to deal with this morning. So there you go. It looks like it's a worsted weight, probably like a 4 is what that looks like. So it shouldn't be too awfully horrible to get untangled, but still to ball all that up, that's going to be nuts. I am so sorry. That's going to take both hands. No chatting in chat, but you can talk to text or something. But yeah, that is crazy. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you'll just, you'll make sure that you keep your patience about you. So, oh my gosh, there's Aunt Linda. Good morning, Aunt Linda. I hope you have a fabulous day too. I love you. Yes, it's a 4 worsted weight. Yes. Oh, there's Joey saying, Jesse, day 3 is here. What time? If you know, you know. Yes, 3 days. 3 days until Lazy Days Ahead goes live, you guys. Make sure you're in there. Get in there early and say hello. So, all right. So we'll stop sharing that. And I am going to exit out of that one. So yesterday, as I was saying about the if you live like us, it's hunting season. We are already into rifle season. So we've been seeing a lot of deer around here. So a lot of them were does. I have a short that I'm going to put out about the sheer amount of does that I saw yesterday up in a different on a different hill from us. Super crazy. I couldn't believe it. Not one buck. So in Georgia, let me backtrack a little bit. In Georgia, you only have a specific amount of doe days. I say in Georgia, it's North Georgia, like where Derek Fowler, 1973. He is in an area where they'll let you hunt during hunting season. You can hunt bucks and does the whole time. Up here in the northern part, I don't know if the does are more scarce. or what the deal is. I don't know why they put that restriction, because there's only about 8 northern counties, maybe 7, that are in this little box that they put us in, that makes it to where we only have a total of like Thanksgiving week, then another week towards the end, and then there's a day put in here and here. So total during hunting season, you have like I want to say it's about 14 to 18 doe days where you can go and get does. You can harvest up to 10 does, and you can harvest 2 bucks throughout the whole time. But the one buck has to be 4 points, at least 4 points. The other one, if you get a 4-pointer, the next one you get has to be 8 points or more. So anyways, it's a whole big, you got to make sure that you follow all the rules and regs. And you got to make sure that everything is completely on point, that you follow the rules. And, you know, we all want to do that. We want to follow all the rules and regulations when you're going through that. So now I'm going to, Aunt Linda's saying, good morning, Joey. Big bear hugs. Aw. Don't think pew pew hunting has started here yet. No, Christy? Oh, dang. Wendy said the deer hide on our farm. They must know I am not going to hunt them. Oh, the deer don't hide. Maybe the deer don't hide. Susan said Missouri rifle season is 10 days. Wow. We get a lot more than 10 days, but we're very restricted on those 10 days. In Kansas, it's by whatever tag they give you. Oh, is what you can shoot. Wow. So there's a lot of other places out there that are pretty restrictive too. I didn't realize that. I sent you a picture of what the yarn looked like when I started. Well, let's see if I can find that real quick. If I can get my email back up. Oh my gosh. This is how it started for her, people. So now you can share in the misery. Look at that. That's how that ball of yarn started. That's actually called a hank. So that is a hank of yarn. And if you untwist it, then you can roll it into a ball. And so it looks like that hank got a little tangled. Yikes. That is crazy, Rebecca. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I can see now why. Oops. Sorry. You don't want to see my emails. I can see why now you're going to be sitting there for a while. Joey said, love you, Aunt Linda. Tamara said, or at least it used to be that way. Yeah. They just went about 10, 12 years ago and changed it to where we have only specific days that we can do doe days. They used to, like 5 years ago, you could hunt with your crossbow. Once you open with crossbow, and then it goes into muzzleloader, and then it goes to rifle. The crossbow, you could hunt with your crossbow during crossbow season, into muzzleloading season, and then also into rifle season. Now they have done it to where you cannot do it. When you hunt with crossbow, you can get either sex. You can get a doe or a buck. So that way, people who were hunting and seeing nothing but does, if they had their crossbow and say it was in muzzleloading season, they could go ahead and take a doe if it wasn't a doe, even if it wasn't a doe day, because they were using the crossbow. They feel like that is a more challenging way, not quite as easy as rifle hunting and all of that. So anyways, that's the way it used to be. Now crossbow and doe and everything stops. They give you a start date and an end date, and you can't use your crossbow and you can't get does any other time during the season. So it's really weird. Let's see. Christy said, I don't hunt and the deer like the pond, so they run into my land. Oh, I bet. I saw a bobcat this morning. Oh my gosh, Wendy. Yikes. Hang on just a second. Oh, I'm just sorry. I had to take a look at something real quick. I don't know that I don't know. That's crazy. That would scare me. No, Ginger, read it carefully and slowly. She says the deer hide on her property because they know she is a vegetarian and won't hunt them. That still doesn't make sense to me. They wouldn't hide. If she doesn't hunt them, they would just come right out and eat out of her hand like Snow White. Right? Okay. Maybe you'll have to call me later and explain that one to me. I enjoy watching them. The three triplets play with the mom and keep them in line. Yeah, the mom keeps them in line. Yes, we have a mom here that she started fighting with one of the other bigger does that came out. It was actually pretty awesome. My boss in Alabama hunted and they gave so many doe tags. Oh, that's awesome. To be gifted some of those. Again, the government telling us what to do. Amen to that, Wendy. We had our first visitors yesterday. It was 8 female turkeys, and they were all chirping. I'm going to tell you something my dad used to tell me all the time. The deer follow the turkeys because turkeys will run at the first sight of anything. So if the turkeys are there, the deer feel like it's safe to go. So they don't intermingle very much because the turkeys kind of freak the does out. They get them, it just takes one little bump of something and the does are like this. And then they're looking around and then they'll walk off. So, but that's what my dad always said. They follow their trail. The does follow the turkeys because they know it's safe. I love watching the turkeys. Wendy said, yes. Penny said, if I lived closer to Rebecca, I would help her with fixing her yarn. I like untangling things while I'm listening to my records. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Poachers aggravate me, the big buck, and leave everything but Are you kidding me right now? Southeast Kansas had a real big problem with that. That is so wasteful. People like me get so mad about that because you've wasted all of that meat. Okay? Oh my gosh, that is such a waste. I think the mama deer drop their offspring off here and then they go partying. I always have young ones coming up close with no mama in sight. Oh, that's so funny, Christy. Yeah, that is terrible, Tamara. That is awful. And you know what? I think they should, if they get caught, they should lose their guns. You don't do that just to have a trophy. Okay? You cannot do that. You cannot be wasteful of that food. That is food that you could put in your freezer. And with the price of beef, I mean, hello, you could do a lot of supplementing there. So Wendy said on my first YouTube channel back in 2011, I have a video of the turkeys and the deer squaring off. Look for a video called Turkeys Not Wanting to Share Their Food. Yeah, they're pretty aggressive. When they want to be, those turkeys will come after other things. I've seen them get after some squirrels and some rabbits. Like, you just better get out of here. We had a mama turkey and 4 baby turkeys come out of the woods each day and head to the creek. So cute. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, Ginger, let me explain it to you, Lucy. The deer hide on Wendy's property. The fact that they are on her property means that they are not on another property where they can get shot, thus hiding on Wendy's property. Okay, Jesse, I get that part. But hey, Beth, sorry you had to come in the middle of me and Jesse arguing. Good morning, and I hope you're doing okay. Such disrespect to take an animal's life for food, except for food. Yeah, exactly. If you're wanting it just for the horns, I mean, you can't put the horns in a jar. We all know that. So the meat's the only thing you're putting in the jar. But yeah, that's so wasteful. And absolutely just Uh, I just, that is so selfish. That's the only thing I can say. Your ego is, and we, as we know, ego, that's of the devil. That doesn't come from God. That is not a characteristic that comes from God. Your ego has definitely gotten in the way. No, Jesse, it is, well, actually, I do have that Sherpa hoodie thing to keep. Man, I love those things. And Joseph has already been in his. I've already washed it, given it a winter wash, pulled it out of the drawer, and he has already been wearing his. He absolutely loves it. Um, there is Bowen. Morning, y'all. Got a water leak, so I can't chat. Oh my goodness. I hope they get that fixed for you. Yikes. Or somebody gets that fixed. Absolutely agree. Gender God sees all. They caught 3 guys that ran in the area. I'm not sure they had their rights revoked. Maybe even ownership of guns. Yeah. That's just so wasteful. I was already here, just normal. I feel at home. She said it's all right. I saw Jesse argue on the ship with so many people. Mm. Okay, so again, back to my exciting news, which you guys have probably already guessed which way I'm going with this because you're smart people. That's why you're here, right? So you're checking the freezer, and when hunting season gets here, if you mainly live off of venison throughout the year, which I substitute venison for chili, spaghetti, I substitute it for hamburger and all those things, chili, spaghetti, lasagna, um, stews. We do venison stews. Just for burgers, I do like burgers and mushroom gravy with a little bit of mashed potatoes on the side and green beans. Favorite meal ever. Love it, love it, love it. I do that with venison. Everything I do is with venison burger. So looking in the freezer, and yeah, the stock is getting really, really low. And so I was starting to get pretty kind of a little worried. Bow season came and went, and didn't get anything in bow season. I don't do muzzle loader, which I know Johnny and Christine do, and they really love it. But I just have never gotten into muzzle loading season. So now it's until we're into rifle season, it's only arguing if they don't agree with me. Well, Joey and I call that not arguing, we call it intense fellowshipping. Don't come at me in intense fellowship with me, okay? That's what we call it. So look there, sold on RV life. Hello, good morning. Popping in for a sec. I don't work on Thursdays anymore. Woohoo, craft and chat, y'all. Yes, good morning. Thank you so much for coming in. Good morning to you. Everybody's saying hello to you. Intense fellowshipping. Yes, that's what we call it, Ann. Don't come at me with that, Joey. I am not prepared to intense fellowship with you today, okay? Take it somewhere else. If you want to gently fellowship with me, we'll be fine. But intensely fellowshipping, I'm not into that today. Okay, so I'm going to share a picture if you're squeamish or you don't hunt or you don't like things like that, because I'm going to share a picture with you, though. But you just have to remember that my heart is always in the right place. I am always very mindful and respectful of animals and the wildlife. And I always try to make sure that I'm completely on point when I do things. And again, the fact that the freezer was getting extremely low, Ginger was getting very nervous. I was down to 2 1-pound logs of deer burger. 2. Okay. The whole bottom of the freezer was full last year. The whole, this deep, the whole bottom was full because we use that like burger throughout the year. And anyways, so your girl came through. Yes, she did. And I'm going to show you if I can find it. Here you go. So this was me last night. There you are. I got me a nice little 6-point buck. Oh, let me move it over this way. Oh, let's go back out. Yep, he's a nice little 6-point buck. He's going to probably yield about, after you do all of that, there's probably going to be about, because I asked them to grind it all. I took this one to the processor and asked them to grind it all into burger, because that is what we're lacking. We have the cube steaks. We have, we still have some roasts in there and everything, but the thing that I'm running out of so quick is the burger. So yeah, I had a little bit of a time. I will say that working out is paying off because initially when you take that shot, you have to, if it doesn't drop right there, then the deer will run for a bit. Well, he decided that he was going to run for a bit, and he turned and he ran, and I watched him run down, and he fell into this very large, like, little cavity, canyon, a ditch, whatever you want to call it. And it's like where a creek used to go, but the creek has kind of moved off. But this section is like a 5-foot drop. So, I took the shot. I watched. You have to wait for a bit, but I watched him. He did a circle. He ran down, ran. And when he hit the bank of where it goes off into this big ditch, I could see that he fell into it. So I knew that I knew it was a good shot. Okay. I knew it was a good shot. It was just, how far am I going to have to go by myself to chase him? Because Joey wasn't here. So I was like, oh my gosh. So anyways, he ran down. When I saw him, I thought either he slipped or he fell into that ditch. So one or the other. I waited and kept watching. I didn't see or hear any ruckus on the other side of the ditch. I didn't see any trees moving. I didn't see any movement whatsoever. So I knew he was in there. So I gave him about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, let him rest in there. And then I went down there with the 4-wheeler and a very big rope. And your girl, yes, I did. I got him out of that ditch. I pulled him out of that ditch myself. So that was crazy. And then, of course, it started raining. And when it started raining, it started pouring. So here's me down there at the bottom with the 4-wheeler wedged a little bit, trying to do all the things and all but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give all the glory to God, people, all the glory. Amen. He made it happen. He got me back up here. He got that meat in my freezer. Well, it's not in my freezer. Yeah, but it was pouring rain outside. I was driving to the processor very late. And with him in the back, I had to get little Joe to help me get him up into the bed of the truck. But I was driving to the processor on a very dark, Jesse, you can remember this from Bent Tree Hill, on these back country mountain roads. It is pouring rain. And I do have one of those covers on the bed of my truck. So he stayed dry. And I stayed dry inside, obviously driving, but I am going to tell you guys, it rained buckets all the way there. And of course, I'm on a time crunch because they were going to close at 8:00. So, and I had taken him like 2 hours before, an hour and a half, but I had to give him time to wait, let him pass. I had to go down there. I had to get him back up here. We had to get him loaded in the truck. I called the people. I had to make sure that it was okay to bring one. I mean, it was a whole thing. So that like took almost an hour and a half. And I'm like, I've got to get there before they close at 8. If not, I'm going to be totally, I don't want to waste this deer. So there's no way. I've worked too hard to get this. So pouring rain. I drove there. I'm telling you, God got me through all of it because I was white knuckle driving and I was over the steering wheel. You know, you can't, when you get older, when you're driving and it's crazy weather like that, you turn the radio down because you feel like you can see better. I don't understand why that, the two things can't, function as at the same time. But for some reason, I feel like I can see better if I turn the radio down. So anybody else do that? Anyways, so I turned the radio down to almost nothing. I was driving, but then I got there and the people were super, super nice. So they were a little, the lady said, is it gutted or not gutted? And I said, it's not gutted. Because I'm not good at that. I don't do well. And my biggest fear, I've seen somebody puncture the intestines and that is really, at that point, the meat is tainted. So you don't want to do that. So I am so scared of that. And when I walked in and she said, is it gutted or not gutted? I said, no, I didn't do that. I'm not good at that. And the gentleman that was there, he was like, oh, so I got to deal with a wet deer. And I was like, no, I have a cover on the back of my pickup truck and on the bed. So he's dry. And he was like, oh, okay. So about the time I got there, the rain stopped. Well, it didn't stop, but it was really light rain at that point. It wasn't pouring buckets. So the lady, she was also there and she said, you didn't get it. And I said, no, my husband usually does that and he wasn't home. So yeah, I didn't get it gutted. And she was like, what, did you hit it with your car? And I was like, no, I hit it with a 243. Did I hit it with my car? No, I did not do that. But anyway, she was like, oh, okay. Anyways, so praise be to God, food for the freezer. I can breathe a sigh of relief because again, it was getting to where it was down to almost nothing in there. And I am so excited that my prayers were answered. Everything went really well in hindsight. When you're in the moment and you're moving through it, sometimes you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Oh my gosh. But then once you get through it, you're like, look, you made it. It's okay. It was a little uncomfortable at the time and you had to push yourself out of your comfort zone, but you did it. But for being almost 60, Jesse, not yet, but I'm almost 60 and dealing with all that, I think I did pretty good. I'm going to give myself just a little pat on the back today. But I'm still on that, yay, meat for the freezer. I'm still on that high right now. So Karen said, way to go, Ginger, meat for your freezer. Yes, absolutely. Garden State, good morning. Garden State so-and-so. That is Robin. Good morning. Oh, Ann said, good job. Thank you, Miss Ann. Burger is ridiculously expensive. It really has gotten expensive, hasn't it? But if you like Jerry and Susan and Penny, if you have your own burger, then you're doing pretty good. But still, feed gets expensive too. I mean, they get you on one end or the other. Susan said, congratulations. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. Nice little buck, isn't it, James? Yeah, he's a nice little 6 point. He'll do. Again, I'm not really concerned. You cannot can horns. They do not fit in a jar. So that is not my concern. That was not my goal. I was typing, do you process it yourself when you answered? Oh, Christy. Now, generally, a lot of times, Joey and I will do it all by ourselves here. And I mean, I've got the attachment for my KitchenAid, that will grind it. I can do sausage, but mainly, it's kind of like canning. Oh, I'm going to make this kind of chow chow, or I'm going to make this kind of relish. And then next year, when, all of your cucumbers start coming in and you start looking in the cabinet and you're like, I ate maybe 2 jars. What am I doing? I'm not going to can that again. So we have a lot of the other stuff left. And now what I'm seeing is we go through the burger. So when I looked at the lady and I said, I'm going to make this real easy for you, grind it all. She was like, what? I was like, grind it all. She was like, even like the back strap. And have you ever had the tenderloins? Yes, ma'am, I have. I have some still in my freezer. I have some back straps still in my freezer. I have cube steaks in my freezer. But guess what I don't have in my freezer? Burger. I need burger. So yes, I feel pretty confident that won't be the only one that we get this year, because we do usually harvest a few. Again, that's what we eat off of all year long. That is, as Christine was saying the other night on Digging in the Word, you talking about venison burger or cube steaks, you're speaking my love language, because that is the meat I love. Venison meat is very pure. It's very good. There was somebody at my dad and my stepmom's church that asked my stepmother quite so many years ago if she had any extra deer meat, because her husband was going through some cancer treatments, and her doctor, or his doctor up here, said, do you know anybody that might have any venison? Because venison meat is very, very good when you're fighting cancer, or it's very good protein for you because it's so pure. But for some reason, the venison is really good at helping combat that. So he was encouraging him to eat venison. So she went to my stepmom, because my dad was a big hunter too. So she went to my stepmom and said, do you by chance have any extra deer meat? We were like, load her up. We will bless her with as much as we can to help them in their time of need. So definitely love to share in that as well. So good morning, Virginia. I'm sorry if you saw a picture that you didn't want to see. Some people don't like those kind of pictures. And if it offended you, I hope I didn't offend you by it. I would never intentionally do that for anybody. It's the way that we live. And you guys know I hunt. I'm just one of those females that does that. I go out and get the groceries. If it's in the truck or if it's on the four-wheeler, I go get the groceries. Joey does too. It seems like you have best luck at harvesting deer when Joey is not there. I know, but that really makes it difficult because he usually does the gutting and the skinning. If he does the gutting and the skinning, then I can, and he quarters it for me, then I can do the rest. I can cut it up and process it, package it in freezer paper, and all that, do the roasts out or the backstrap and grind the burger. But, if I have nobody here to get me to that point, then I'm kind of stuck. Yes, Miss Ann, that's it. Muscles. Joey said a bunch of hearts. Ginger, didn't you have your deer drag with you? No. My deer drag with me. No, I don't know what that is. Most of these country roads are not painted. No, with white lines on the side. And Christy, a lot of them are faded up here. A lot of them are faded. Just think windy roads, late at night, pitch black, and the rain is just pelting on your windshield because it was just coming at me. Of course, the ride home, no rain. It passed. I was like, of course not, because, that's just the way it goes. Less distraction. Yeah, when you turn the radio down, I don't know what it is. The radio definitely affects our vision. I'm so glad that I'm not in that boat alone. I turned the radio down or off. Christy said, yeah, that's so funny. And then you think of it later on and you're like, why did I just turn the radio down? I don't know. I feel like I can focus more. Yeah, I think that's it. Good morning, Two Doves, Bees, and Gardens. Good morning. Turning the radio down helps you focus on other senses. Okay, that's got to be it. No, but let me know if you hear better with your glasses on. Well, Joey does. I can tell you that for 100% sure. He can hear better with his glasses on. Anyways, oh, thank you so much, Tamara. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm back. Go the plumbers on the way. Got the plumbers on the way. I got most of the story minus when it happened. Yesterday, last night. Always think positive. Yes, absolutely. Great job, says Robin. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Christy. I am so glad that I impressed you. Listen, girl, when you backs up against the wall, you will do what is necessary. Because then you turn around and you look at yourself, and if you're there by yourself, you go, okay, if not me, then who? Who's going to get her done? We just can't sit here. So there you go. And then you get in there and what did that guy call it? You find your chutzpah, the gumption, and you get it done. We live in an old house. Tamara, I'm sure one of the brass pipes busted. Oh yeah, they usually rust out sometimes. We do too, Bowen. Jesse said deer smash burgers yummies. Yes, it stinks. Yes, it does. When a pipe bursts, it does stink. Venison burgers. Yes, I can barbecue. Good morning. Hello, hello. Yes, venison burgers are so good. They are the bomb. More burger, eggplant pie. Yes, yes, Virginia. Yes. That is absolutely it. Good morning, Scott. How are you? Raymond with the brooms. Auntie Jin Jin. Howdy. Good morning. Let's see. Christy said, I've only had venison sausage and the cube steak. Love the cube steak. Absolutely love, love, love the cube steak. The ground venison is very good. And I did not get them. I told them do not add any fat to it. Just use the fat that the deer has, which deer are very lean. I just like the pureness of the taste. I don't like when we first started grinding our own meat, you know, a lot of people had said they put like 20% fat, they add it with it. I find that you don't need to. And the taste is very good. So venison cube steaks, deep fried with hash brown, eggs, and biscuits and gravy. James, you are speaking my love language. Speaking my love language there. That sounds like a delicious breakfast. Yes, I love hamburger sausage, summer sausage, and backstrap for jerky. Yeah. And this processor makes jerky too. And they told me they do not put any preservatives in it, just the spices. So you have to make sure and keep the jerky in your fridge or pop it in the freezer, because if you leave it out, it's just going to go bad. But they said we use all natural stuff. So this is a different place that I'm using than what we've used in the past. So, so far the experience with them has been very good. So I will let you know, as it goes on. He should be ready for me to pick up next week, midweek, I think they said. So they're going to text me and let me know. But I'm just so ecstatic. Now I got to go rearrange the freezer and get it to where I can get some stuff out. I have a bunch of stuff in there that I need to make chicken stock. So, you know, when you make chicken stock, your whole house smells absolutely delicious for days and days and days. So I'm pretty excited because I get to make stock. Plus I get to replenish the freezer as well. I was going to substitute some ground turkey for ground beef, and the turkey was $4 a pound. I know the turkey is just as expensive. Well, it's usually way expensive, but it's just meat is crazy. Deer jerky is the best. Oh, Tamara said that. I didn't get them to. I'll have to do that next time. Sounds like a backwoods Georgia song, gutting and skinning. Yeah. Gutting and a skinning. Yeah, it sounds like it could be. I must have missed that you have a hunter son and brothers. I help mom process many animals and chickens. Um, I must have missed that, but I have a hunter son. No, the son didn't get it, Virginia. I did. My son's backyard got overgrown, and while he was working out there, he found a fawn in one of the dog kennels. Oh, oh my goodness. That is so sad. Hopefully he let it go or got it out. Howdy, sir. I truly hope all is well with you, James. Very good. Yes, we all help. I hope James is doing well. And Bowen, I hope you're doing well too. Yes, I can barbecue. They're putting up that again. Um, the song, My Pops is a trophy hunter, so it has been a minute since I've had fresh deer. I was never a trophy hunter, so we don't hunt together anymore. Yeah, I get that. I mean, some people go through that where they, want all the trophies on the wall. I do it because I'd rather be able to feed myself and feed myself with a good protein that is pure and is beneficial to our bodies. I have helped hubby carry deer out of the woods. Well, I got this one out of a ditch yesterday. Late yesterday afternoon by myself, Virginia. I don't know if you heard that part. I'm good, thank you, James said. He just opened the kennel door, went inside for the fawn to get back with mama. Oh, that's good. That's good. Ginger the deer drag is what we got you from Prime Bids last year, so you can drag a deer out of the woods. It is rolled up. It is a rolled up platform. You slide under the deer, which makes it easier to pull. Hoodie time. What? Joey, where is this thing? I need to be able to use this. Yeah, I'm not a trophy hunter. James says I'm not a trophy hunter either, Bowen. I cannot. I didn't even know we had that, Jesse. Yeah, I do need a hoodie now. I'm going to admit it. I'm the first one. I need a hoodie right now. Ginger, I know how to field dress a deer and process it. Well, dang it, Rebecca. But you're not feeling good and you're untangling yarn right now. Could have used you yesterday, though. Our country roads are not only totally dark, but the road is pure gravel. So when it rains, the hard road becomes very slippery, making you drive slower. Yeah. Bacon wrapped deer steak. Yes, ma'am. Everything's got to have bacon, right, Jesse? Yes, James, I don't understand that concept of spending so much money hunting and traveling and not shooting anything. If I'm hunting, I'm shooting the first deer I see because it's for meat. Yes, absolutely, Bowen. That is it. That is it. I do know you have to get the glands immediately after the kill. Even if you don't field dress it, it makes the meat more gamey tasting, very strong. Okay. Wow, venison jerky sounds so good. I am ready for breakfast just listening to you talk about venison. Sorry, I didn't make you all hungry. Chicken bone broth I saved me when I had the bad flu. I was just too sick to eat food. Yes, Christy, that's what I use it for too. Actually, I made some red beans and rice the other day and used like 2.5 quarts of my bone broth, which that's getting a little low too. So one more reason to rearrange everything in the freezer. I'm there for the meat, but also not taking the first I see unless it's a bit older, but only because I don't want to take something too young. Absolutely. Yes. I understand that. Gotta run, getting car inspected. Bye, y'all. Okay, Karen, hope you have a wonderful day today. Robin Hood, Minnesota. Hello. The Roadkill Cafe. No, I didn't do it on the road, but I have seen people that have picked them up off the road. That is for sure. is there a bag limit in Georgia? Yes, there is. You can get 10 does only on doe days. You can get $1, 4 points, or a spike. So 4 points or less, I guess. And then the other one, the next one that you get, you're only allowed $2. The next one that you get has to be at least 8 points. So, up. Tamara must need to go too. She said, everyone have a blessed day and a blessed weekend. Don't forget, Tamara, this weekend is Lazy Days Ahead. Procrastination Thursday with Scott is coming up in just a bit, but I thought I would show you guys one more time. There he is, that little 6-point buck that I got last night. And yep, he's at the processor now. So the freezer is going to have more venison burger, and I am so excited. I am so excited. Yes, and this evening is Homestead Hangout. Start with Gillum Farms, and then you can enjoy an hour with them, and then there is the rest of the lineup as well. James says bye to Tamra. And so, yep. So, guys, I'm super jazzed today because the Lord has provided once again. When you get down to the nitty gritty and you're thinking, I'm out, I'm not going to have it, and you start panicking, if you just wait on the Lord, just trust in Him, He's going to make it happen for you. Okay. So make sure that you always keep saying your prayers. Thank you so much, Virginia. I appreciate it. Make sure you say your prayers. Make sure you thank Him after you take that deer. Because, if it wasn't for Him, you wouldn't have gotten it. You know it. You know it. I know it. Everybody else knows it. So you need to be thanking the one that put Him in your path, and that, make sure that you shoot true, and that you do the best for the animal. You respect the animal as much as possible. So yes, James, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good, and He will provide. Thank you, Lord, for Ginger's blessing. Yes, Christy, you have no idea how many times I was on my knees yesterday thanking Him. Thanking Him. Last night when I went to sleep, I said, thank you, Lord. And the time I was driving him through the blistering rain, it seemed like that was pelting the truck, to driving him to the processor, thinking, I don't want to drive off the side of a mountain trying to take this deer to the processor. But He got me there. He got me there. He got me home. So I'm giving all the praise and glory to God. He gave me the strength and the power and the tools to do that. So anyways, guys, our hour is about up. So I love you all. Tomorrow is Halloween too. So if you have a good Halloween costume, or if your church or your area community center or something like that does a trunk or treat, make sure you go and participate. Those things are really cute. Our son and daughter-in-law did one, and they won. They came in first. They're 2 years in a row. They're winners. Okay. And they did something. I sent Jesse the reel of it, but they did something that would be right up all of our alleys when we like to go to the casinos, because they made a box and did 3 little cutouts, and they sat inside the little cutouts, and it was like a slot machine. So from the outside looking in, when you would go to pull the slot machine, they would go like this and roll their hands, and then they would pop something up. So one of them had an orange, one of them had an apple, and one of them had a bag of Cheetos. So it was our son, his wife, and a friend of theirs, and they got number 1. They won again this year for best trunk or treat. So go support those people that are doing trunk or treats, because generally their hearts are very good. Okay. And places that do trunk or treats are very like it's like your church or your community center. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna say sayonara for the morning, for the day. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Please, if you're going out tomorrow night for Halloween, please be careful. Please be very, very, very careful. Crazies come out on crazy days. Okay. All right. We love you. God bless you. And we'll see you next Thursday for another Craft and Chat. Don't forget Scott.